Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Some of you are going to like this video and some of you out there are maybe going to hate it. And those of you that may hate it, perhaps could be because you recognise some of the elements that I talk about in yourselves. So ask yourself that question at the end of it. I've been trying to speak my truth over the last 6 years of making these videos and what works for me basically and what doesn't work for me. And I base a lot of the knowledge on having talked to many thousands of addicts during the last 25 to 30 years of my fight against this thing. But what I talk about on here, my truth, my honesty, maybe won't resonate with you and vice versa, because we're all individuals and we're all different people. However, what I'm going to talk about today seems to resonate with a lot of other addicts I've talked to and has been integral in their recovery. And certainly for me, once I woke up to this, has been responsible for these last 2 years being two of the most peaceful and serene years of my life, I suppose, within the realms of possibility, because shit happens in life and life can be horrible. And it's been bad for me this year in certain ways. The difference being is I've been able to deal with each thing as it comes up, life on life's terms, if you want to call it that, and accept it for what it is. It's going to happen, and not interfere sometimes and let go of control sometimes. But when I do step in, being present in the moment and embracing it. And if I feel shitty, I feel shitty. I embrace that feeling. And if it brings me joy, I embrace that feeling. I wouldn't have been able to do that before. And I'm going to tell you why in this video. And also there's a couple of quite big announcements for the channel at the end of this. And I'll try and make this as brief as possible. If you woke up this morning and you're an addict or an alcoholic fighting for their lives, and let's be blunt about this, because only the other day, someone in a group I'm in died from this disease. And there's many, many hundreds of thousands a year dying from it all over the world, probably a lot more than that, if the true figures were known. This is a matter of life and death. And whatever stage you're at in addiction at the moment, or alcoholism, and I'll use the term addiction, which will cover both, whatever your addiction is, then I promise you that it will get worse and worse and worse. It will escalate. If you're truly in addiction, then it never gets any better. It only gets worse. It only multiplies until it reaches the point that it will take everything from you. It'll take not only your dignity, your integrity, your self-respect, your self-worth, and all of these things. It'll take your honesty, it'll take your health, it'll take your family, it'll take your job, and then it'll come back for you, your life. And that's inevitably the way it always ends. So if you woke up this morning and are fighting this thing, first of all, you're a warrior. And it's the best thing you'll ever do in your life. There's no question about that. And secondly, you're blessed to wake up, because a lot of addicts out there haven't woken up this morning. They're dead. Simple as that. End of it. You need to wake up to this one truth. This is taking people back into addiction. And it took me back, I've only discovered this thing fairly recently. I knew it all the time, but I wasn't prepared to own up to it, if you like. And the thing is, you blame addiction on so many things while you're in it. The pain of my past, the trauma of my past. You blame it on your current life situation. You got no money, you got no this, you got no that. You blame it on peer pressure. Come on, have a drink. Why are you not drinking? You blame it on all sorts of stuff. I'm feeling happy. Let's celebrate. I feel like shit. I just want to forget it. Let's drink. And so on and so on and so on. And the excuse is, and then you blame it on alcohol and drugs. Well, if it's alcohol's fault, it's drugs' fault. There's only one fault on show here. and that's with you. The fault isn't with any of those things. They're just excuses which enable you to carry on doing what you're doing and carry on destroying yourself. The fault is you. You have a you problem. You don't have an alcohol or a drugs problem. You have a you. Now, all these terrible things, now don't get me wrong, I had a shitty upbringing and a lot of trauma and violence in my past. However, there comes a point when you have to stop. You have to deal with it. However you deal with it is obviously entirely up to you. But you have to stop using it as an excuse. If you want to carry on living in that past and blaming all these things and using all these excuses, then you're never going to recover, because there'll always be an excuse to use a drink. There'll always be an excuse to have the drug, to numb your emotions, to stop the way or change the way you're feeling and do all these things. There'll always be an excuse, because your brain, your addict brain, will find the excuse. You have to take effing responsibility for your recovery. It's as simple as that. There's only one person that can make these changes in your life. There's only one person that can, yes, of course, you need support, but it's up to you. It's your responsibility to go out and find that support, whatever it is, whether it's AA, NA, or groups, or a psychiatrist, psychotherapist, a hypnotherapist, your family. It's up to you to go out and ask for help. It's up to you to make that move. It's up to you to eat healthily and don't put shit inside you that's going to make you feel low in energy and bad mood all the time and depressed all the time. It's up to you to exercise every day and get out in the sunlight where there is some, and move your body every single day to help your mental health. It's up to you to do all these things, to create a daily routine that you're going to habitually live in, small changes which are going to develop and make you stronger and stronger and stronger. You should be using all this past trauma and pain. I'm not asking you to forget it or even forgive it. It doesn't matter any of that. You should be using it to make you stronger. You should be using it to make you the best version of you can be. And when you're reaching that stage, then it's time for you to pass it on to other people. If you're looking for purpose in life, volunteer, give service, bring some proper purpose back in your life. It's what we're really here for, to teach others, to share our experience and help others, to be kind, to all these things. But you won't find that until you find some sort of lasting sobriety peacefully. And you have to take responsibility for that. Stop making excuses, because you can keep saying till you're blue in the face, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is the killer of more hopes and dreams than any other phrase. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. What? You won't. You'll just carry on the way you are, using the same excuses until you change that mindset. Only you can do it. And yes, it will be the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. And yes, it will fucking hurt some days. And you'll have to be in the moment, and you'll just have to last. You don't have to tell anyone you're never going to drink again. You just have to make a commitment that day that a drink or a drug is not going to pass your lips within that 24 hours. That's as far as you have to think ahead and work each day towards doing that. And that will bring you sobriety. It'll bring you slowly but surely chinks of strength. Just like each day that you hold on and do that. And fuck what anyone else thinks about your drinking. Stop mixing with them. If they're not supporting you and they don't serve you, drop them. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It's none of their business what you're doing. It's none of their business why you're not having a drink. You just don't drink. It's as simple as that. You don't have to go into your life story and tell them you're a full-blown alcoholic or a drug addict or whatever. You just say, I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol. Simple. Why feel ashamed about that? You should be proud of it. You should be proud of it. And all these changes you can make. If I can do it, you can definitely do it. I promise you, the journey begins with you. It doesn't begin. Don't wait for someone to come in and rescue you. Asking for help's a different thing. You ask for help. It's your job to do that, because you can't do it on your own in as much as like the support side of it. People lifting you up when you have these inevitable low moments. That's invaluable. But the whole thing, because integrity's carrying on doing the things you need to do when no one's watching. That's what integrity is, and that's where your sobriety lies. Taking responsibility, having discipline. Fuck motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Discipline, you practice like any other muscle, you work it. And you work it and work it and work it till it becomes habitual. And each day you keep doing these little things, have your routine and build your daily routine and get more and more into it until you're accomplishing stuff that you would have thought impossible. It's out there for you, my friends. All of this is out there for you. All you've got to do is take responsibility. Understand that the journey begins with you and ends with you. Simple as that. It's your life, your responsibility. Take it today. A couple of pieces of news. I've been invited on the Eyes Wide Open podcast. I'm doing a podcast with a guy called Conor Ryan, lovely chap from Ireland. It's been recorded. It's coming out on Tuesday at 2 o'clock. I'll put a link in the description. It's going on to Spotify, I believe, but then it's also coming onto YouTube, so I'll put a link for that. And also, please, if my videos help you in any way, please click on the link in the description and donate the price of a coffee to the channel. I need more equipment desperately if I'm going to take this channel any further. And blessings to all those that you've helped me already with this. You know, I really appreciate it. Carpe diem, my friends. Seize the day today. Make today the day you change your life. Much love to you all. Take responsibility.